Kia ora, bros and girls, welcome back to the channel. So we're back with the final map of Chapter 3 of Samurai's Journey. This is the monthly event quest for Marvel Contest of Champions. And I think the boss here is going to be Tigra or Tigra or whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of have the same team as I did last time with a couple exceptions. I'm basically going to bring the Blade Trinity, but with Mephisto instead of Ghost Rider. And I'm going to bring in Luke Cage and Champion. And the reason I've brought a 3-star Champion in this 4-star challenge is because he gives Luke Cage a 35% chance to inflict debuffs as long as I don't dash back. So he's going to give me a good chance there to continue adding exhaustion debuffs. Cool, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop in, we're going to pick a lane, and then we're going to, as normal, meet up with the boss. So, okay, this is the plain vanilla lane, and I will go up this right one, and yeah, I'll see you guys at the boss in a moment. Alright, so we're here with the boss. Kind of cleared that line mostly with a combination of Blade, Sparky, and Mephisto. Lost a little bit of life on Blade there with the Mephisto fight, just took unnecessary incinerate damage, but hey, that's alright. So now we're at Tigra, and Tigra has got 100% attack and health, it's not a problem. Feline Frosty, the duration of her senses are increased by 75%. We'll find what that is in a second. Power Snack, every 7 seconds the next buff triggered by us is immediately nullified, and each time it triggers, she gains 50% of her bar power. Also Life Transfer, also Bane Dambala, Power Draw whenever the attacker inflicts the defender with a damaging debuff. The attacker is granted a power gain buff. Increasing your combat power rate by 10% for 10 seconds. So actually, kind of like a lot of the stuff kind of works in our favor. But so she starts the fight with Primal Sense and Huntress Sense for 12 seconds. We'll find out what they do. All attacks on every hit she neutralizes for 2.5 seconds, and if it's active, it refreshes. Neutralized opponents have minus 100% ability accuracy. Buff ability accuracy, so you can't trigger buffs basically. When the opponent is neutralized, if it fails to get a buff through it, you get a Rupture, which deals 225 physical damage. When charging heavy, and 0.2 seconds after launching a heavy attack, all non-contact hits from special attack have a 100% chance to miss. She can miss probably projectiles, I guess. If her opponent's attack or cause them to, if Tigra interrupts the opponent or causes them to miss while charging the attack, each hit inflicts Rupture damage, so she can Rupture you with kind of like heavy to attack. If the opponent's far away from Tigra or Tigra at any point during a special attack, she begins unblockable for the next hit. Landing unblockable deals Rupture, so she's kind of a very attack-minded champ actually. Now, if she is affected by a weakness, slow or exhaustion debuffs prevent the activation of Tigra's personal miss and unblockable effects. So Luke Cage, Symbiote Supreme, and like the new female Symbiote Supreme and She-Hulk can probably be very good counters against her. Special attack, she alternates between Primal Sense and Huntress Sense. Whenever she's in Primal Sense, she inflicts Rupture, dealing a lot of physical damage, and that's plus 100% during special attacks. And when she's in Huntress, there's a 10% chance for all non-contact attacks to miss. So basically like an evade mode and an attack mode. The special 2 does Rupture damage, dealing a lot of damage over time. Each damaging debuff increases the chance of doing Rupture, so if you have 10, you have a 100% chance of doing Rupture, basically. And Special Attack 3 gives her both her senses and inflicts a non-stacking indefinite Rupture on the opponent. Okay, so this is very, very interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try Luke Cage with the synergy, and hopefully I don't have to worry about her specials, but we're going to find out momentarily. Now, we are degening, but we are doing a lot of damage, and we don't have projectile attacks, so that's one good thing, I guess, about Luke Cage, is that he can just kind of keep her locked in the corner, and we got the SB3, so we can kind of eat up the SB3 if we need to. And we're never going to dash back in this one. We're just going to keep her stun locked here. And you know, you need a little bit of RNG, but saying that, it might work, so hopefully. Oh, what happened to our indestructible? Oh no, our indestructible didn't proc. Haha, she looks kind of cool though. Okay, cool. So okay, that's interesting. So let's try Blade, and I might give him a couple of heals here. And then if that doesn't work, we might try Starkey. So Luke Cage did though. He worked fairly well, to be fair. We kind of want to shut the space so she doesn't go unblockable. We don't really know what her specials look like. Okay, so she's very Sabretooth-like in her SP1. Don't know what her SP2 looks like, but I'm gonna throw the SP2 here. Okay, let's figure out what's going on. You gotta throw this. Okay, so it's also a little bit, it's very much Sabretooth-like, but there's a second, there's a little bit of a second wind there on the SP2, it looks like. But to be fair, overall, this looks like a pretty easy month. I mean, even with 4 stars, it's not really that bad. Okay, let's regen some life. Okay, you're a Sabretooth kind of thing. I'm gonna give you a stun. We're gonna come in here and hopefully finish you off. And yeah, pretty easy month, guys. So it's not too bad. Her animations are a little bit like Sabretooth. Probably do a little breakdown of how to evade her specials. But with that life transfer mode, man, it's very easy. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you liked it, and if you do, share it with your alliance if they need it. And don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you enjoyed the video, and leave a thumbs up. It really does help support the channel, helps us help in the algorithm, and helps kind of grow the channel a little bit. So do what you can so I can keep bringing you great videos like this. And stay tuned for the 2 breakdowns, Hitmonkey and Tigra, and then some more Act 6 content coming up later this month as well. Alright, kakita no bros and girls.